Round number 2, day 4 of my 5-day food fast. Although I kind of lied when because it's not like it's food that I'm eating, but it's not like I'm digesting energy through other avenues, other than just putting food in my mouth. The main one would be through my skin, which is the largest organ of the body and the place. Like, we digest more of life through our skin than we do through our digestive system. And so I've been lathering myself with coconut oil, which is kind of rich in a whole bunch of phytochemicals and antifungal and antibacterial, and just really cool. So I've been kind of walking around this bush, an oiled up, hairy, feral, furry mammal, and reptile, and a few other things. And I've also been, so I've been nourishing it with that, and also really high quality breath. I've been playing Didge, and just doing a lot of breath work, and I think that's primary to balancing the pH of our internal ecosystem, so that can then break down the foods that we eat properly. And then movement. I've been kind of nourishing my body with different, like, I'm not going to do a high intensity gymnastics, plyometric, kind of like body calisthenics type thing that I could train. I'm just going to do some like Tai Chi, some Qigong, some gentle kind of mindful meditative practices that are still kind of nourishing my body, which is kind of what I teach, and what I think why I'm doing this. As in, I don't want to be an internet sensation. I do want to get this message out. The message I'm going to probably unpack in another video thing, because I'm going to try to cap these to 5 minutes, and the message is like, takes me an entire weekend to break it down in the workshop that I've been teaching. I can do it in a few hours, but I'm going to have to probably try to condense it down into I'm going to need to do it maybe in 2. But that's basically what I'm teaching. I'm teaching people how to nourish their body. And movement is just the front, because it's the most accessible, and people like it's really the most effective. But there's a whole bunch of different modalities that I've got plugged into that. It's you to create an invincible person. You can't just do one thing. Like, you need to approach it on a multi-dimensional level, full spectrum strategy approach to dealing, like, upgrading the software as well as the hardware, but also doing the work to investigate why we're there in the first place. Otherwise, we just kind of like come back to the place we started. I'm gonna unpack it in another thing. But why am I out here? I went on an expedition to the Philippines to visit a Filipino psychic surgeon, or a sorcerer priest, with the practitioner Paul Kane. So check out his Facebook page. I'm not sure he's got a web page going. But we kind of some deep archetypal things came up. So if you want some shifts on, he's world-class healer, does some pretty special things. But I just kind of like came out here to just decompress after all that, because I had a bit of an identity shift. Before I went there, I couldn't get myself away from the business, and I was so excited about teaching. Because when I left, I was like, oh wow, who am I without that? And so that's basically what I'm trying to get down to the bottom of. or it's a life path, life journey. But yeah, that's for now. I'm not sure if these are going to be a daily thing. I don't want you people kind of expecting that it's going to be, oh, every day at this time something's gonna, it's like, yeah, I'll try to keep them as consistent as possible, but yeah, I will also want to surprise you and have some suspense happening. So, over and out.